I feel like I've been asking this a lot lately, but is this work?
Oh yeah.
Wait a second. How are you doing that?
Doing what?
This is a flat panel TV.
Yeah?
That's a light gun.
Yeah?
Well, flat panel TVs don't work with light guns.
Works with this one. You wanna try it?
Absolutely. Just like I want to tell our viewers about our sponsor. This is the new Vengeance A4100 streamer PC from Corsair. It's powerful, it's beautiful, and you can pick it up today at the link in the video description. So why is it that light guns don't work on modern displays? The reason is that traditional light guns are designed for use with a CRT style display, where a beam of light scans back and forth across the screen so quickly that it tricks your eyes into thinking that they're seeing a complete picture. If you've ever seen a flicker effect on a screen in a video game or an old TV broadcast, that is what you're seeing.
Because that beam is highly visible at any given instant, the light gun can check to see exactly where it's pointing the moment the trigger is pulled. And on the old NES, the Nintendo went a step further by turning the screen black for a single frame and the target painted bright white. And we repeat that for every target on the screen. This way, the console can count which line and even which pixels the light gun was pointing at the instant the trigger was pulled.
Now, modern display technology, along with being totally different compared to how a CRT operates, also has lag. In order for the console CPU to count the lines accurately with what's being displayed on the screen, it has to be precisely timed. Something that was possible with a CRT, whose very ability to output relied on syncing with the console, but is not possible on a digital LCD. So the Sinden Light Gun here is something truly special. And the moment I laid my eyes on it, I absolutely had to have one, because as you can see, it works just fine, not on just a modern TV, but even a state-of-the-art OLED TV, and presumably any kind of display. And that's because it uses a novel method for detecting where the gun is pointing at any given moment: a camera. Now, you might be thinking that this is basically a glorified Wiimote, and in theory you're not wrong, but in principle, there is a lot more going on here. This camera runs at 60 frames per second, and the processing delay between moving the gun and moving the cursor is as low as 1 millisecond, thanks to some clever mathematics in software that runs on both Windows and Linux, including the Raspberry Pi.
At least in theory, it should essentially be a one-to-one cursor movement with the gun. And because it's set up to mimic a mouse, you don't need it to figure out exactly which scan light it's on when you pull the trigger. The software just already knows. Plus, if the application supports multiple mice, like MAME, you can use 2 or more at once. There's even an optional recoil effect upgrade that works without an external power supply like most light guns otherwise would need, but our pre-production unit here doesn't have that.
You might have also noticed that we don't have 2 of them to try multiplayer, so you got to use it in the intro, which means it's my turn now. Oh, that's a very unsatisfying slide action. So you want to be about, what was it, 1.5 screen widths?
Yeah, 1.5 screen widths is the optimal distance.
Okay, so that's probably about right.
That's about right.
It's good.
Yeah, like there's no lag.
Right? Holy crap, that one was fast. I wouldn't even guess that this was only 60 hertz. I'm actually very surprised to hear that.
Well, at 60 hertz, there's processing going on. There's probably some interpolation going on as well. Andy Sinden, the creator of this thing, didn't actually tell me if there's anything special going on with the processing, just that it's a lot of really complex maths.
Like, I don't even remember being this good at this game.
No, me neither.
I'm feeling like a sharpshooter right about now. Like, wow. And it's just a camera on a gun.
Camera on a gun.
All the software wizardry is probably why this thing has taken so darn long for them to come out with. How long has it been in development? Like a couple of years?
I think so. We've been kind of waiting to get it for about a year.
How much the pricing?
I think it's $149. Let me quickly triple check that. Oh, sorry. It's
No, I missed one. Come on. Shut up, dog.
It's 80 British pounds.
Okay, so like $100 US.
$100 US, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, you're not perfect. Not at round 10, you're not.
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna be perfect in round 11. I'm not gonna waste a single bullet. Shoot.
Proceeds to waste 2 bullets.
Now they've got some other features built in. There's a D-pad on the one side, and then they've actually got 2 buttons on each side.
Each of those buttons can be.
That's fast.
Each of those buttons can be mapped to something different. So right now, the reload slide and one of the side buttons on the left, I believe the one closest to the D-pad, is reload. Left on the D-pad is escape. Down on the D-pad is enter. And the back 2 on the right.
No! Sorry.
That's okay.
What do the buttons do?
The back 2 on the right are currently set up for auxiliary functions. So in Duck Hunt, they don't do anything. But in the arcade games, they're used for things like inserting coins, that kind of thing. It all varies by game. Oh, that's a game over.
Okay, so then if I wanted to... What just happened? I just started the game again.
You pressed, I think you pressed down on the D-pad. And then you pressed back on to the left on the D-pad, which is escape, which is closing the emulator.
Oh, I just assumed this would be like arrows.
No, not in this case. It's not set up like that. In order to change the selection on Duck Hunt, you pull the trigger.
Got it, okay. So how do I go to House of the Dead? I want to play some House of the Dead.
You point it at the screen.
Oh, that makes sense. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's even capturing the little motions in your fingers, your hand.
Sure is. Wow, I thought my hands were pretty steady, but I guess not, hey?
Well, I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I see that. Well, maybe if I hold it sideways, right? And like get a bandana, then it'll be steadier.
Well, gangsta mode is a thing that's built into this thing.
Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, does it? Yeah, it is too!
Yeah.
It works it knows which way it's oriented!
Yeah, so the back right button will enable your border, which are
this guy right here? Or
on
back,
the other side.
This one.
That will enable the border, which is required.
What the? Am I like dying already here? This is too hard. I'm dead. I'm already dead.
Well, it's the House of the Dead, so it's fitting.
So why don't you tell me about the border a little bit?
Basically, that's what the camera is looking for. You can configure the size and the color of the border, and depending on your TV brightness, the TV itself, the background brightness, and the angle you're using it at, it can either be thicker or thinner. But if you have a lot of sunlight coming in through your room, you're probably going to have to adjust either the thickness or the color of the border. And there is some image recognition built in there, and whatever color you set the border to, it will actually look for. So you can see what it thinks the screen is. And as you back up, it actually fills the screen.
Yeah, well that's probably because of the kind of fisheye style lens, so you can actually see the distortion of the screen. So that's why they want that distance, because it needs to be kind of within some field of view of the gun. But they can't have a narrow field of view because otherwise you might risk losing track of the edge of the screen when you shoot off to reload or whatever.
And there's also this down here, which is kind of interesting as well, show raw video.
Oh, okay. So I can click that here. Oh, look at that. Now we can really see Anthony. There he is.
LTTstore.com. So that's the raw camera. That's what it looks like processed into basically a 1-bit image.
And where's the processing done?
It's on the CPU. So this rather poor CPU is currently being utilized to the tune of about 36, but that's actually only because we're showing these images. If we turn those off, it'll be down to about 20-ish%. On a modern system, with a powerful CPU, it's pretty much nothing.
This is a dual core, what, 2nd gen i3?
5th gen, but it's the low power one, 2.1 gigahertz.
Yeah, ouch. A modern gaming CPU has a single core that's like 25% more powerful than that.
Not to mention all of the like architectural benefits of newer machines.
I don't think there's been much since 5th gen.
Here we've got the off-screen reload. We can turn that off if we want to. Edge auto reload, he actually disabled because he found it very annoying. Basically, reload is right-click.
Yeah.
So if you go to the edge of the screen, it would start like right-clicking.
Okay, border, so here's where you configure the border we were talking about.
Yeah, and for the border, you can see that it's got a couple of options here. The primary border in this case is the black one. So it would cut off about 15 pixels. Same with the secondary border here, which is set to white. Pixel width 15. We can change that color if we want to. The filter radius is what the camera actually thinks is that color. So you can increase it if you have like a TN panel or something like that. You know, the viewing angles don't skew it too much so that you lose tracking. Here we have cursor offsets. Not every game, the cursor's pointing spot is like exactly where the cursor is. So you can set offsets in this case.
So What's availability like? Because it sounds like this is kind of a small one-person project.
It kind of is. It started on Indiegogo, actually. There's a website set up for it now. From what I understand, it's under production now. So this is a pre-production unit. This is how the final ones will look.
Feels pretty good to me.
Yeah. And the final ones also have that recoil action solenoid option as well. I mean, it seems like it's pretty good. The guy's been responsive, both to me and to people in the community.
Go check
Seems
him out.
like a bit of a passion project.
We'll have them linked down below. This is really cool. Like, I want one.
Well, I mean, you have one now.
Yeah, but like, I want the recoil one.
Oh.
Yeah, and 2.
Yeah.
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 Oh, can you get a red one?
I'm not sure if they come in red.
Please
They
tell me
may.
they're not all blue.
The only images I've seen of them have been blue, but then again, it's all been pre-production up to now.
Yeah, let them know if you want to see 2 colors. You gotta have 2 different colors.
Yeah,
You
how do
gotta
you
have the
tell-
alpha and beta color. Like the
Right.
color for your friend who came over, and then there's one for you, you know?
Yeah, which one are you, blue or red?
Oh, I'm the blue guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, blue's player 1. I don't pick the rules. I like red better, but like, blue's player 1. Backblaze is a cloud storage solution that's easy to use and affordable, starting at just $6 a month. With Backblaze, you can back up your personal or business data and even use it as a B2 storage solution. Over 50 billion files have been restored, and they've got over an exabyte of storage now. You can back up almost anything and restore your files from anywhere with their mobile app, allowing you to access your files on the go. If you need to restore, you can download your files directly from the web or restore by mail. So you just purchase a Restore via hard drive and they will overnight FedEx it to you. You copy the data to wherever you want it to go, and then you return the hard drive to them for a refund. Crazy, right? It's unlimited data backup at a fixed price, and you can get a fully featured 15-day free trial at backblaze.com/LTT. So try it out for yourself and start protecting yourself from bad times at the link in the video description. If you guys enjoyed this game and you like this kind of retro console stuff, maybe check out the, what was that cool SNES cartridge that we got that took like an SD card?
Oh, the SD to SNES, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's sick. Yeah, why don't we link that down below? Really cool retro gaming stuff.